A lot of people think it was valuation concerns that led to the sell-off, pointing to Palantir, 250 times forward earnings, obviously a very elevated valuation. Why do you think all of a sudden valuations are becoming a concern? Is it the other things out there like the government shutdown, inflation, or is it just simply valuation?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of all the above. The valuations were extreme, but they were extreme going into this. So that's the headline to fit the narrative of this sell-off. I think in the case of Palantir, we're getting an opportunity to buy it. I look at this 185 level. We're coming into it to 175. That should be a nice area for those that have missed out on this to probably jump in. But I think the shutdown is now starting to change the narrative, and that will lead me to my word of the day. The shutdown has become a little bit of a debacle, dare we say a shut show, if you will. What we're seeing now is, congrats, the longest shutdown in government history. I don't know if we should be bragging about that, but the impact is going to be felt. GDP, we knew that, according to the Congressional Budget Office, every week the shutdown went on, it would affect 0.1 to 0.2% of GDP. But that will solve itself out. Where it impacted us, the Fed. We still don't know what's going to happen in December. What did Jerome Powell say to us? The available data is what they use. Now they're interpreting data. They don't have hard data. He talked about the beige book. We're going to watch November 26 beige book to see what may happen with their decision policy.
I do want to point out one thing. Yeah. I'm paraphrasing, but Jay Powell also mentioned they are paying attention to what's going on in the economy. IBM, another company to do layoffs today. We've talked a lot about UPS and Amazon, a number of other companies laying people off. Are you worried about the consumer and its impact? We're going to get a read on the consumer later today with McDonald's. Is that a bellwether of what's going on for middle and lower income people?
Without a doubt. And you talk about unemployment, go back to Jerome Powell, I'll circle back to you. Unemployment numbers were supposed to come out Friday. We're not going to get those. So now this data-dependent Fed, we're looking at the private sector, what they're doing. You mentioned UPS, Amazon, McDonald's. Yes, it could have an impact. It may help the growth story of some of these companies. So it's a give or take. But we need that data if we're going to have a Fed that agrees that another quarter-point cut is coming in December.
Quick yes or no. ADP coming up later today. Is that a market mover?
It is now. I normally would not say it is, but yes, because, that's more of a survey. It gets a little wonky at times, but we're going to pay attention to it because we don't get jobless claims on Thursday.
Let's go to your stock to watch. It's UPS. Obviously, we've been talking a lot about it because the layoffs, reported earnings last week. I'm just curious, what's your case for this? In all fairness, consensus overweight when you're looking at analysts, 103 price target, so above where it's trading at right now. But if you look at the technicals, your wheelhouse, well below its 200-day, and its 50-day moving average is kind of flat.
I'm going contrarian on this one. I was looking at the transportation average, the IYT. The transports are holding in there relatively well. What is the worst performing stock in the transports? I give you UPS. I'm looking for a mean reversion. The stock had a great quarter last quarter. It was its best quarter on an EPS beat going back to 2021. They've streamlined, cut 48,000 jobs. A horrible tragedy yesterday. I did not, see that factoring into things. But I'm looking to buy it on a dip. I'm not going all in on this stock, but I'm fishing, and I'm waiting for it to get to a level 90 to 92, I think, is a good opportunity because it should rally as it goes back into next quarter's earnings. So I think it's a good play on a mean reversion. Not all clear just yet on UPS.
So kind of a gut call, not a technical call.
Well, it's a little of both.